Hey everybody, it's Gypsy, and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. Today is Friday, June 6th, I believe. Oh my God. How many years ago? 42 years ago today, I graduated high school. Anyways, it's June 6th, 2025, and it is time for my weekly gardening update. I have two more after this on Friday, and then for 2 months I can go back to doing it on Saturday because the flea market will be closed for the season. So, anyways, I have a very loud girl here. I don't know if you guys heard her. I like to show you my rhubarb that I planted. When did I plant that? Maybe a month ago? Yes, miss, ma'am. Yeah, can I get in here and show everybody? Look at, it's got all this new growth coming up. It's really, really doing well, and it looks so pretty. And yes, he cut the grass yesterday, so everything's got nice mulch to it. Miss ma'am, leave that netting alone. So all my strawberries, I had noticed that a lot of the berries that were coming in had like this fungus or mold. I had a feeling why, but I wasn't sure. So I did some research, and sure enough, we've been having unusually cold, and I mean very wet weather. And as you can see, we had a couple days of sunshine. The rain is going to return now. And that is what was causing this disease, this fungus or whatever, on my strawberries. So what I did was I went through, I pruned off all of the infected parts of my strawberry plants, made sure they were well weeded and that they were getting plenty of aeration. I mean, 24 hours later, I was harvesting strawberries, which, as you can see, I have some I'm going to need to harvest today. So it was a quick cure. This cat. The corn, as you can see, is growing nicely. The squash is coming up in this section, which is nice because that's my sugar pie pumpkin squash right there, which is my favorite. It is the most useful and practical for me. Now look at this. I am so excited about my grapevine. This is my first one ever. I planted this spring, and when I planted it, let's see, it only came up to about here. Okay, let me see if I could give you a better view of it. Yeah, up to here. And it's just gotten these beautiful leaves, and it's vining up the trellis. I mean, I'm just so excited. So excited about that. Let's see over here, the berries. So this is my wild berry section. Back here, these are wild blackberries. So I bought some netting, bird netting, and as you can see, I need to cover these. Now here's the funny thing. Last year I wanted to put an Allegheny blackberry, which is the name of my company too, planted over here from the woods. And I tried it and it died. So I tried one of these, the wild blackberries, and that took. I mean, it was beautiful. No sign of an Allegheny blackberry until this year. I don't know how it came back to life or what happened, but it is the one with the darker, bigger leaves. I mean, just look at this. There we go. Okay, so that's it. Last year, nothing. It died. It is beautiful this year. Now, it does not appear so far to be getting any berries, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous looking plant. I love the color. So, dangerous, as you can see. More dangerous than this one, and this one's pretty prickly. This one is producing a lot of berries. What I am finding is there's a lot more berries on here than when they were growing wild in the woods. And there's still plenty in there in the woods growing wild. There's an overabundance of them. So, let's see. My red raspberries, look how gorgeous they are. Just look at this. You see the petals from the blossoms. I have a lot of raspberries this year. Now, last year was the first year. I got none. And this year, which is normal, I've just got all kinds of berries. So I'm going to have to be covering these soon. There's constantly pollinators here. So I have a lot of berries, but some are still blossoms. So I'm trying to time it just right before I cover them, because I want the bees over here. For some reason, they're not over here today. Usually they're here. Maybe there's nothing open enough for them to pollinate. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. And of course, they just keep reproducing. These things, my gosh, they will overtake your yard if you're not careful. But I think it's a beautiful plant, delicious and healthy. And my little blueberry bushes, blueberries are much slower. Look at that pretty girl over there. It's Rhiannon. The leaves come in much later than the raspberries, and it grows much smaller. So this is my second year with my blueberry bushes. This is one of them. They have grown since I planted them last spring of 24, but very slowly. Not like raspberries or something else. Looking healthy, looking good. No sign of anything else. This is an offshoot of a baby raspberry plant that I moved from over there. I did that in the spring, and this also is getting berries. Now, what I did a lot of this week was kind of like landscaping sort of things. So, not the best job. It looked like I was drunk when I was putting them in, but I wasn't. I leveled these in. I have a couple more to level in down there. So I have the popcorn planted in these two sections. Now the first two sections, that is sweet corn, they have everything planted in there, squash and beans. These, I can't put the beans in until, and I think I might see some popcorn over here. Let me go look. Until they sprout. And the stalks are like 4 to 6 inches. So I can put the beans in then. In the meantime, I'm going to plant squash in here. Let's see. Oh, yes. Got some popcorn popping up. Popcorn popping up. So that's a good sign. So I think what I'm going to do next is plant the squash in here. And that's why I also put this little wall up, because that's my walkway to get into my garden there, because there's the gate. And I didn't want it, I'm trying to keep it away from my walkway, because the last thing I need to do is fall again. So let's go into the enclosed garden, see what's going on there. I did not get to do really any gardening yesterday because my son and daughter-in-law came over, and they're still here. They were power washing the house. Now, they started with the roof. So the house still isn't done yet, but the roof, because we're like right under the woods, it gets messy on the roof. I had no idea this was going to take place. And I come out of the house and I hear, "Hi, Ma." I look around, I don't see my son. And there's his dad with a smirk on his face, and my daughter-in-law's kind of grinning, and they point up. And there is my son on the peak of the roof. He was up there nearly all day. "No, Miss Ma'am, don't do that." I was a nervous wreck, so I'm glad that's over. Oh, I need to weed again. Pepperoncini is doing good. So, let's see. My fennel, it is coming in nicely. Got a weed. That's all I do is weed. Dill is really, really looking good. Now these, again, were my wimpy looking seedlings that I put in here. I did not know if they would grow or not, but these guys kind of transformed. So I'm thinking maybe I will get some tomatoes. I threw in my wimpy pepper seedlings and everything. Over here, I told you guys last week, this was my failure. My provider beans. Now, I planted like 30 of these. I had, let's see, I had only 3 come up and survive. I thought they were going to die. They were yellow, all bitten up. But they seem to be making a comeback. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, there's a little baby one there. Okay, so I'll just see how that goes. My one potato... Oh, there's a cat that slept in the garage all night. Now she's crying for me to let her out. I'll be right there, Persephone. She does this all the time. Never learns her lesson. So I think I'm going to put you guys on hold and go rescue her. Hopefully she'll stop doing that. Okay, I'm back. So what's going on in here is I have my cucumbers. They are doing good, and it looks like a third one is coming up. So that's good. I started weeding in the carrots. Of course, I told you that last week too, and I'm still not done. But I think they look really good. So what has been happening for quite some time, I'd say since the snow melted, I have been harvesting lettuce. And then I added in harvesting radish, which is just about depleted. I will plant more for the fall. I have all this lettuce here. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And I have this freckled romaine here. So I started out with this. I've been harvesting lettuce and radish for quite some time. Well, this past week I have added in every day. I am harvesting strawberries, and over there is my chamomile, and so those two I've been harvesting every day also. So that's exciting news. So it's like gonna rain again, and it's like very humid. Perfect temperature, but it's humid, if that makes sense. But when you live near large bodies of water, it's like, or a lot of water, it happens a lot. So like Lake Erie is, I don't know, maybe 10 miles north of here. And then we have all its tributaries, like all the rivers and the creeks and stuff. And like the Chagrin River. That's the river, like if you watch my videos when I'm driving to the flea market. Well, that's the river. The Chagrin River is what I am driving along. So I'm basically, whether I can see it or not, driving from home to the flea market, which is a good 25-minute ride. I'm constantly along the river. So it runs back in the woods. We'll go down there someday, but all through there. And then we've got all these creeks and stuff. So it gets humid very easily. But I think my plants seem to enjoy that. Okay, so stuff I'm going to sell at the flea market this weekend. Here is my fairy garden, looking lovely. I have fun with that. There's my beautiful Rhiannon again, because she's my big helper today. So, the really exciting news is, in case you missed that video, my morning glories are vining. Look at that. So I can't wait to see this. And let me see. My moonflower is getting there. There we go. Might help if I point the camera at it. So it's really, really looking like it's really progressing. So I have this starting there, and it's just going to go up and around to my entrance to my greenhouse and my cottage garden. So I've also been leveling in all of these too. And I cleaned up the cottage garden. Looks like I have to do it again. I've been adding more garden decorations and stuff like that. So, I think that's it. So, I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.